We're grateful to have you all here this morning to join with us. And thank you to the American Council of Engineering Companies and the American Public Works Association and the American Society of Civil Engineers for putting on this Engineering and Public Works Roadshow. My name is David Fabiano. I'm an Assistant Director of Public Works in the town of Gilbert here locally. But more importantly, today I'm here in my capacity as a Director of Region 7 for the American Public Works Association. It's an honor to welcome the Engineering and Public Works Roadshow here to Arizona, and more specifically to the city of Phoenix. Phoenix's Northwest Infrastructure Project received recognition from the American Public Works Association in August of 2023 as the largest, I'm going to say this wrong, so please forgive me and give me a moment here to get my words put together correctly. In the environment category for projects $75 million and greater, so this is the largest environmental project we're going to recognize in the country. It was this Northwest Infrastructure Project that came in at about $125 million. It's a huge investment, and more importantly, and more miraculously, and I don't know what the right word is to describe it, miraculous is probably the best. It was implemented in under 2 years. How do you spend $125 million putting in pump stations, pipelines, all this infrastructure in 2 years from design to implementation? As a professional engineer that's been doing this for more than 30 years, my hat's off to all of you. That's amazing. Some shout outs to some specific people that we have here that I want to recognize along with our distinguished guests. The leadership of the organization from the American Public Works Association, Gary Lozier, hails from New Brunswick, Canada. He's the president of the association, and welcome him here and glad to have him with us. And also from the Arizona chapter, Nancy Cole is the president of the Arizona chapter this year. From ACEC, Jay Wolverton hails from Atlanta. Welcome to Arizona. We're glad to have you here. Weather's wonderful, by the way. He is the chairman of the board for the ACEC, and also to Justin Rice, who is the executive director here of ACEC Arizona. And then from ASCE, the executive director from Washington, D.C., Tom Smith. Thank you. Where'd you go, Tom? There you are. Thank you for being here. And then locally, from the Arizona section of ASCE, Larry Hansen, the president of the section, is here with us today. Glad to have you all. Also want to recognize the Honorable Kate Gallego, Mayor of the City of Phoenix, here on the dais with us, and then also Councilwoman Ann O'Brien from District 1. This Northwest project lies solely in that district area. We're grateful to have them here and to share remarks with us later this morning. Also Troy Hayes, the Director of the Water Services Department for the City of Phoenix, Steve Todd from Wilson Engineers, and we have representatives from the other consultants, sub-consultants, and contractors that were part of making this miraculous job happen. Thank you all for joining us this morning. One thing I'm going to do is a shameless plug here. Mark taught me how to do this. If you back on the table, there's these squishy toys, these stress relievers. Pick one up, take it with you to wherever you like to do this, and put it somewhere in a place of prominence. Take a photograph with your phone. Don't do it with your camera, do it with your phone, and have your LinkedIn or whatever social media app you use available. When you take that photograph, post this with the hashtag #InfrastructureWorks. And if we get, I'd love us to see like 1,000 of those being posted and then reposted and just shared, because that's something we want to make sure this message is getting out to others about how important infrastructure is to all of us and how it makes our lives better each and every day. We'll be starting hearing remarks from the leaders of the three organizations who created the Public Works Roadshow. And I'm going to start with Gary Lozier, who is again president there. Jay will follow Gary, and then Tom Smith. Gentlemen.
Thanks, Dave. I don't want to take the truck off the road right off the bat here, so we'll try to get it up here. Mayor Gallego, Councilwoman O'Brien, Director Hayes, and distinguished guests. Thank you very much for having me here. I'm really pleased to be here today. This is a project worth celebrating, and I'm glad to see so many people here to do that. When we think of major infrastructure projects, no matter where they are, historically around the world, there's a lot of common themes that we work with. Much like when we think about ancient Rome, this water and wastewater project we're here to celebrate today, it was not built in a day. But if you think, when you talk to the folks from Wilson Engineering, Caro Engineers, Sunt Construction, the Phoenix Water Department, any of the others involved, I can imagine they felt like they only had a couple of days to get it done. And delivered they did, you know, under, as Dave said, high pressure, with the budget that they had. A tight timeline, 6 months for pre-construction and procurement, 9 months for actual construction, and that's quite a baby to deliver in 9 months, I'll tell you. Northwest Valley is a shining example of how public works departments around the country and around the world deliver for the communities. They've made commitments to the communities to deliver essential services, things that people need every day, not just for the communities at large, but to help with the global economy. This is what we're looking at here, is a project that really impacts global economics. The other common theme that when you think about when you look at infrastructure projects is that, and it's no different here than we think about it, is that once they're in operations, the people that use it every day, they really don't think about it. It's not like it's sight unseen, but it's out there, it's being used, and there's no second thought given to it. It's an operation that functions without any hitches. And while we focus on the plant and the semiconductor plant that we're working with, there was also an extensive water and wastewater infrastructure involved to get TSMC to the point of construction. So APWA noticed, and as Dave says, it was recognized, this project was recognized as a project of the year for 2023 for projects more than $75 million and projects under the environment category. It's a significant award, a significant recognition from our association. The Engineering and Public Works Roadshow recognized it, and that's why we're here today. We want to make sure that projects like this are truly celebrated. Now, similar to the aqueducts in Rome, and I don't want to go on history, but this is a project that carried 12 miles of infrastructure, thousands of feet of water lines, sewer lines, pumping stations, the associated valves, and not to mention, after all that was done, they reinstated all the roadways. So now, you've got a bunch of projects that people don't even know that's there. And that's why we're here today, is because if you went out to the job site, you wouldn't know that it was done. So we are celebrating here in the City Hall that benefits the most from this particular project for the community at large. And when we think of the cities and we think of communities, every day we have residents that, you know, they've got water going to their homes, to their kitchens, to their bathrooms. And the wastewater lines that take stuff away to treatment, they don't give it a second thought. But this project is pivotal. It is pivotal to the TSMC's first new plant. It takes a lot of water to make semiconductors, and it takes a very robust wastewater treatment facility to treat it all. And now, TSMC and the City of Phoenix and the greater area have both to celebrate this from. We want to make sure that this project is something that can be an inspiration to future public works professionals and engineers. I just got back from Future Cities competition in Washington, D.C. We've got middle school kids, 60 middle school kids from the U.S. and around the world, imagining their future city. They're imagining what that would be like. And it was the theme was electrification of their city. But they also had to design water systems, infrastructure systems that went with their future cities. These are grade 8 and 9 students. And I tell you, their ideas were invigorating. They were imaginative. They were creative. It was inspiring. It made me feel I was inadequate as a student, I guess. So when I look at the grade 8s that were here. But the thing is, it gives me great hope. As they go through middle school, as they go through high school, as they go to the graduate, as they get into their careers. And we'll say this to those kids, but we'll say this to all of the people out there. As you go through your careers, public works departments need you. Engineering firms need you. These are the projects that we need people to be team members for. These are the inspiration projects for the communities. I'm sure that everybody that had a hand in the Northwest Valley Infrastructure Project is extremely proud of this project. It's an extreme commitment that they've made to the project, to their team members. So we want to make sure that message gets out there. We want you to be part of that team, because as much as proud as we are of this particular project, all of the people are going to be extremely proud if you can join the team, so that we can all advance the quality of life for everyone in the next major project that we undertake. So congratulations to everybody involved in this project. Thank you for having me here today. I appreciate the weather coming from Eastern Canada, and I'll turn it back to Dave. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Thanks to all of you for joining us in Phoenix. as the Engineering and Public Works Roadshow celebrates the Northwest Valley Infrastructure Project. Let me especially recognize Stephen Todd from Wilson Engineers and Lisa Freestone with Corolla Engineers, our members, for their work on this great project that brings us here today. Again, my name is Jay Wolverton, and I'm privileged to serve as the board chair for the American Council of Engineering Companies. With this roadshow, we're shedding light on the work engineers do every day. Work you may not see that makes our modern world possible. Today in Phoenix, we're coming together to applaud this fantastic water project that enables high-tech manufacturing and economic development. I don't think it's an overstatement to say that the work we do transforms communities as we are seeing it here. Engineering advancements make cities cleaner, safer, and stronger. They drive economic growth, make a more resilient environment, and increase equity among neighbors. When I see forward-thinking projects like the Northwest Valley Infrastructure Project, I'm reminded of a quote from another famous engineer, Charles Kettering. He said, "We should all be concerned about the future because we will all have to spend the rest of our lives there." Like so many of you, I'm deeply passionate about the power of engineering to shape our nation's future, one road, one bridge, one water project at a time. And you and I are not alone. As Gary said, the next generation shares our excitement about what's to come. Survey after survey shows that Gen Z and even Gen Alpha are looking for careers that make a difference. They're mission-driven and want to help others. We want them to know there is a place for you in engineering. Right now, our engineering workforce faces a significant shortage, threatening our ability to meet the ambitious plans laid out before us. Of course, engineers are always going to find the way because we're going to work together, industry and government alike, to inspire young minds towards STEM education, invest in workforce development programs, and remove barriers to entries. To be successful, we need to grow our workforce, but also need to ensure that we have a business climate that prioritizes American innovation. Engineering firms have been hamstrung by a recent change in the tax code that punishes investing in research and development. It's short-sighted, and it's really holding America back. Our lawmakers are listening, though, and I was encouraged to see that the House of Representatives recently passed a tax bill to restore long-standing research and development provisions that encourage American ingenuity and innovation. Now it's time for the Senate to act. We need swift action to fix the R&D tax so engineering firms can bring more projects like this to our communities. The Northwest Valley Infrastructure Project is an example of what's possible if we leverage the momentum of investment, advocate for a bold vision, and build successful projects. Congratulations again to all involved in this great project. It's an example of how we can continue to shape a brighter, stronger future for all. Thank you. And now I'd like to bring up Tom Smith, ASCE Executive Director.
Thank you, Jay. Good morning, everybody. Greetings. I think this is my fourth Engineering Roadshow, and I think the fifth that we've done. And we can honestly be doing one of these roadshows every week, if not every day, because these are the kinds of projects that go sight unseen oftentimes, that we don't really appreciate sometimes until there's a disaster, a natural disaster, and really stresses our infrastructure. And we realize just what it means when it disappears from us. We rely on this for our public health, safety, and welfare, but for our very lives, we rely on our infrastructure. It's very fitting, I think, that we're doing this during Engineers Week. This is National Engineers Week right now, and you heard Gary was talking about the Future Cities competition. I was there as well. We had over 1,000 students from middle school and high schools participating in this competition, designing future cities. We had over 60,000 students that participated throughout the country in this. This is the next generation that's coming through. And when you go to that competition, it's really quite remarkable when you see the innovation and the excitement, the enthusiasm, the passion amongst these kids. They are incredibly articulate, too, when they describe these projects, but that's the future. And you're seeing the future, of course, right here as well. This is an incredible project. I mean, this is going to have a major impact on the public health, safety, and welfare. This is an impact locally, but also nationally, I guess globally, really. This is a huge project that's going to impact people for generations to come. So it's a great pleasure to be here, and I want to thank you to all of our participants, many of our members from ACEC, APWA, and ASCE here, local members. ASCE has got over 150,000 members in 177 countries, so we're connecting engineers all over the world, and it's great to connect them in collaboration with ACEC and APWA and public works professionals as well. ASCE is focused on equipping engineers with the tools needed to make positive impacts, and we work diligently to educate the public on the importance of infrastructure investments. We've seen some investment over in recent years, and it's really having an impact. We're seeing that here. We've enjoyed working with APWA and ACEC on this series as we continue to highlight incredible projects and the benefits of a career in engineering and public works. Infrastructure truly is the backbone of our U.S. economy, and our nation's engineers and public works officials work tirelessly to make economic opportunities possible. We've been doing this for generations, and we'll be doing this for generations to come. National Engineers Week is always held during the week of President's Day. So George Washington's birthday, celebrated on Monday. He's one of our nation's early engineers. He was a surveyor. But we've had a lot of influential engineers throughout the course of history and building the civilization that we enjoy today. The projects that we're enjoying today are an example of after passage of the CHIPS and the Science Act of 2022, a rush to produce semiconductor manufacturing facilities nationwide led to developing one of these facilities right here in Phoenix. Semiconductor plants create jobs, ease supply chain woes, and make the U.S. more independent. All major wins for Arizona, the region, the country, and the nation. But without engineers and public works officials, these plants, as well as all other industrial endeavors, would not be possible. You'll hear more about the specifics of this project later in this program, and I wanted to touch on the overarching theme that this project represents. No industry can survive without reliable transportation, clean and resilient water services, and efficient energy systems. Going to Suns or Diamondbacks games down the road, for example, depends on the electric grid to keep the lights on, roads, bridges, and the light rail to bring people and goods to stadiums, and clean water and wastewater systems. The same is true for all businesses everywhere and all people everywhere. This is the message we're trying to get across through the Roadshow. To anyone in elementary school all the way through college, if you want to impact every sector of American society, there's no better way to do it than pursuing a career in engineering and public works. And our industries would welcome you with open arms. The bipartisan infrastructure law from 2021, the largest federal investment in our nation's infrastructure in history, created thousands of good-paying jobs across the nation, but we don't have the workforce that's necessary to complete the projects made possible by this historic funding. We need to fix this workforce shortage to ensure more projects like the Northwest Valley Infrastructure Project can be completed, which allow for things like semiconductor plants, hospitals, stadiums, restaurants, and residential neighborhoods to thrive. Last week, ASCE premiered an IMAX film called Cities of the Future. I know it was showing in Pittsburgh and Denver, and over the course of the coming months, it'll be showing all across the nation and all across the world. And it's showcasing what civil engineers and all engineers and public works professionals do to make our lives possible. This is going to demonstrate the exciting components of a career in engineering to our younger audiences. We hope this project, in addition to the work of the Roadshow, will encourage future generations to pursue these fields. Thank you, everyone, for involved in this project, for making economic advancement possible, and setting a great example for the engineers and public works officials of tomorrow.
I did knock it off the dais, of the podium. Thank you, gentlemen. Mayor Kate Gallego has a clear and compelling vision for Phoenix. She sees it as a place that is vibrant and growing, and one where every person is treated with dignity and respect. Mayor Gallego is a strong advocate for smart business growth and investment. Her success in landing the city's largest ever business development deal, this $40 billion deal with TSMC that was talked about earlier today, it's going to have benefits that come for decades to the city of Phoenix and to the entire region, the country, and world. She is also a strong advocate of and is leading Phoenix towards its goal to become the most sustainable desert city in the United States. She works hard to grow Phoenix's public works infrastructure to support that sustainable future. Mayor Gallego is the second elected female mayor in Phoenix's history and one of the youngest big city mayors in the United States. Phoenix is fifth, by the way, if you're wondering. In November of 2020, she was reelected with the highest number of votes ever cast for a mayoral candidate in Phoenix. Mayor Gallego enjoys a desert hike and any of the lovely mountain preserves that we have here in Phoenix, and reading a good book, as well as being the mom to 7-year-old Michael. Mayor Kate Gallego.
Welcome to Phoenix City Hall. We are so honored that this project has won Project of the Year and feel that you're very wise in picking it. It is just an exciting project, and I think several speakers have identified it, but it is of global importance. Right now, we don't make the most advanced semiconductors in the United States, and this project will help change that. It's important from a national security perspective. It's important from economic development. We are bringing in high-wage jobs and returning American manufacturing jobs to the United States. We used to export jobs, and now we're going to be exporting goods. We are so thankful to the American Council of Engineering Companies, the American Public Works Association, and the American Society of Civil Engineers for this recognition and for the deep partnership on so many different projects and in developing the pipeline. Phoenix has been the fastest growing city in the country, and we could not do it without great partnerships on the engineering and construction side. My first year as mayor, we went to Taiwan to recruit TSMC, and they ask a wide variety of questions. They care deeply about the engineering talent in this community when deciding to locate here, and they also cared about the public works side. If you have not worked with the semiconductor industry, the technology constantly evolves. They have to upgrade all the time, and they want everything done yesterday. That means for us at the City of Phoenix, we have to deliver on our side as soon as possible and with the best possible technology, and we're all here today because Team Phoenix and our business partners did it. If you are part of the team that delivered this, could you raise your hand or stand and raise your hand, and we can applaud you? Incredible work to all of our partners. Thank you to our Great Water Department Director, Troy Hayes, our assistants directors, Brandy and Nazario, Deputy Director Darlene Helm, and your teams for this recognition. Several other city departments, our city engineer, communications, economic development, all work together with our great private sector team as well. So thank you to Wilson Engineers, Carollo, Sunt, Garney, Felix, and so many more. There were 16 different contractors on this project. It took a lot of people working together, not all of whom had worked together before, to deliver this project. And it's so important that we celebrate this success. Without the water side, nothing else would happen. And in pretty record time, we got it done. Infrastructure is so important to this community, and time again when our voters get to vote on these issues, they have stepped up and said, yes, we want to invest. And because of great projects like this, we're going to keep doing it. On the transportation side, we'll go to our voters in November for a close to $30 billion county investment. And because of you delivering great projects like this, I feel that voters are seeing what we can do, and that is exciting. In my outside of mayor's hat, I serve as chair of an organization called Accelerator for America. There are many think tanks out there, but this is a do tank where we try to get things done. And we're the organization that has taken over Infrastructure Week. So for many years, it was a group that advocated to pass an infrastructure bill. And then Congress and President Biden got it done and signed it. So now we're trying to tell the success stories of infrastructure. So we'll take notes from the work that this tour is doing. And Infrastructure Week is coming up in May. So if you have not already made your plans for Infrastructure Week, we still need to keep telling these stories because we have catching up to do as a country. We have more work to do. So we have to show people and celebrate the incredible work that makes this possible, and keep inspiring those young future members of the profession. Just to let you all know, we have a great Future Engineers program here. They had a great chapter in Councilman O'Brien's district, who represents this area, and they built incredible bridges out of toothpicks that could withstand a lot of weight. So I feel we got a lot of good talent here, but also great creativity and inspiration. And then we at the city have put dollars into technical programs in both technicians and on the construction side, and we're really trying to work with partners in academia and the building trades to grow all of the profession here, because we are a community that is attracting people from all over the world, and we got to keep up our infrastructure to be able to meet the needs of our public. So I'll just close by saying that I am so thankful for this recognition. It is a really big deal for us today, and thank you to the team who delivered it.
Mayor Gallego, I'm sure that your office and all your accomplishments is filled with all kinds of these crystal doodads. Short of being weapons of mass destruction, it's something that you can be very proud of, and hopefully you'll have a chance to display this in your office as a token of appreciation and thanks and congratulations from the Engineering and Public Works Roadshow. So, Your Worship, thank you very much.
We so appreciate it.
Thank you, Mayor Gallego. Gary's going to give me a chance to knock that off again. Yep. Thank you for that. Councilman Ann O'Brien represents Phoenix Council District Number 1, where this project is located. She has made her mark on the community as an advocate for quality education, first as an active parent and volunteer in the Deer Valley Unified School District. I love that. That's been my wife and I's mission as well, but in different school districts. Focus is on preparing the communities for incoming industries like TSMC and other developments in the area, ensuring that transportation, housing, and key public works infrastructure are part of the plan. Councilman O'Brien.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for including me in the celebration of this very remarkable achievement. I think that this does show that city government can move at the speed of light. This recognition by the American Public Works, American Council of Engineering Companies, and the American Society of Civil Engineers for the North Valley project is so very exciting. This project signifies our city's commitment to enhancing infrastructure and sustainability, and I feel incredibly honored to have this in my district. This accomplishment showcases Phoenix's role as a leader in sustainable development and innovation. The economic impact of this project is so significant. It has contributed to the local economic growth and job creation, positioning Phoenix as a hub for technological innovation. Beyond the economic impact, let us remember the community impact this project brings. By improving water quality and reliability, we are ensuring a sustainable future for all Phoenix residents and businesses. This project, along with the TSMC investment, underscores our commitment to providing essential services and infrastructure to support the needs of our community. The success of this project would not have been possible without the partnership and collaboration between the city's engineering firm and construction companies. So thank you all for all of your hard work. I know that this was an incredible feat. Their contributions are invaluable, and without them, we would not have had this incredible milestone. As we look into the future, let us take inspiration from this project's success and recommit to fostering innovation, sustainability, and resilience in all of our endeavors. Together, we can continue to build a more prosperous future for Phoenix and its residents. Thank you to the Water Services Department engineers, construction workers, and community members who played a role in bringing this project to life. Your hard work and dedication are commendable. Thank you so much.
Councilwoman O'Brien, you speak of dedication and hard work, and I'm sure that your dedication and hard work is very much appreciated as well. And again, we have a little token that you can use as a sun catcher in your office. So
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilman O'Brien. I'd failed to recognize earlier the chairman of the Chief Executive Officer, Linda Bauer-Dar, from the American Council of Engineering Companies. And Linda, I apologize for that, my oversight. In April of 2021, the Phoenix City Manager, Ed Zerker, announced Troy Hayes as the new director of the Water Services Department. Troy has been with the city for over 20 years, serving in a broad range of roles and responsibilities within the Water Services Department. His career has demonstrated his in-depth knowledge of the city's water and wastewater utilities, operations, and capital programs. Phoenix Water Services provides more than 1.7 million customers with drinking water in an arid desert, I might add, and more than 2.9 million people in the Metro Phoenix area with wastewater collection and treatment services. Troy Hayes.
Thank you. Good morning. I want to thank the mayor for coming out and helping support us, and as well as Councilwoman O'Brien for her undying support. And this project really is opening up her area and her district for that future development and that growth. But this project really isn't just about pipes and pumps. It's about securing the city's future through strategic planning. And that's really what I'm really proud of our team about doing. It's really putting some thought in of how you would build infrastructure to be able to support a growing economy. It represents a milestone in our city's commitment to sustainability, innovation, and infrastructure excellence through collective efforts of our team and our strategic partners. We've embarked on a journey to significantly enhance Phoenix's water and wastewater systems. The project represents numerous challenges from the beginning, managing of the budgets of hundreds of millions of dollars while ensuring minimal disruption to our community and the environment. But our goal was clear. It was to expand our water and wastewater systems to ensure a resilient, sustainable, and capable of supporting Phoenix's growth as we move forward. By collaborating closely with our partners, we've laid down the infrastructure that's not only of high quality, but is also innovative in ensuring the efficiency and reliability to years to come. The project showcases our commitment to excellence and our proactive approach to addressing the needs of our growing city. In facing the challenges and tight timelines and unforeseen circumstances, such as a global pandemic, our team, along with our partners, demonstrated unwavering dedication and innovation by managing to navigate supply chain disruptions, environmental concerns, and the paramount importance of maintaining safety and public health of all while achieving our ambitious goals. The project is a testament of what can be achieved through our collaboration, perseverance, and that shared vision for a better future. And it showcases our department's capability of major developments and reinforces Phoenix's position as the hub of economic technology progress. As we move forward, we let this project be a reminder of our ability to overcome challenges and make significant contributions to our community as well-being and prosperity. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to everyone that played a role in this project and all of their contributions. And as somebody that's been in the engineering business for over 30 years or so, I just wanted to kind of think about, doing a project of this magnitude in 2 years. As that was brought up, it's wow. Most of the time when you're thinking about projects of this size and magnitude, and you're like, well, a year or so to design, a couple years to construct, so about 2 or 3 years or so. To be able to do it in that time frame was really a challenge to our department and to our partners, and they really stepped up and to be able to achieve that. And I wanted to thank you for your support. So thank you.
Thank you, Troy. Steve Todd is one of the founding principals of Wilson Engineers right here in Phoenix, Arizona. Wilson Engineers was the prime engineering consultant for the project. Steve, if you'd like to come and share some remarks. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I guess it's a little bit afternoon. I'm really honored to be here and speak about this project. When we first started on this project, I had no idea we would end up with awards like this and get this much attention. We did understand it was a very, very tight schedule. We felt that was going to be very challenging, and we did just jump in right away and kind of identify all of the roadblocks to schedules, and thanks to a lot of the team members with other engineers and the contractors, we were able to meet the schedules. I'll just talk a little bit more about the details in the area here. It's all referred to as the Northwest Area Project. A lot of people ask why is it that, but it's really the Northwest area of Phoenix, specifically north of the 303 and west of I-17. There is actually no infrastructure up there when this project with TSMC was announced. The 303 freeway and the I-17 freeway were there, but there was no other internal roadways. There was no water, wastewater infrastructure. So one of the key challenges for our team was to get the water and wastewater infrastructure in place. That's really kind of the first infrastructure that needs to go in. It's the deepest underground, has to be underneath the roadways. One of the challenges we faced right initially was actually locating the alignments of the roads. You know, everything here, we are designed around 1 mile grids. All of our roads are on mile grids. All of our infrastructure is on mile grids. When we first started coordinating with TSMC and their complex, we received their CAD files for the layout of their site, and it's more than a mile wide. They were going to go in between 43rd Avenue and 51st Avenue, and we learned right away, yeah, they're on the metric system and we're not. And so we went through an iteration with them, trying to get them to narrow up their site to show them, you know, what the width, how the roads lay out. And they were pretty adamant that, no, we would need to adjust the road alignments. So we looked at doing that, and that was a huge challenge, but we actually had to do that before we could even start designing the pipelines in this massive pump station that's here, because those all need to be relative to the roadways. So that was one of the big challenges that we faced right off the bat was coming up with the new road alignments, coordinating with City of Phoenix and with ADOT, and getting everyone's agreement in a very short time frame on where these road alignments would go, so that we could start the design and the contractors could start excavating massive holes. It's kind of hard to tell there, that photo in the middle, that's a 50-foot deep hole where that main wastewater lift station is that serves this area. And as Troy mentioned, we did a lot of forward thinking in this infrastructure, knowing this was the first infrastructure going in, but we wanted to plan to make sure that it could expand to accommodate the area as it develops. Once this TSMC complex is constructed, all of the property around there is going to begin developing very rapidly, and this infrastructure that we put in place here will be able to support that future development as well. So with that, I don't know, I didn't have a lot of other things to repair, so I think at this I'll go ahead and turn it over. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. And I'd like to ask Gary Lozier to come up and call up the professional team leadership. We want to present some plaques to you as well for recognition of this great accomplishment that you all had. And then we'll do photo opportunities after that. But thank you, everybody, for being here today and celebrating this roadshow with us. Who's here from Sun?